So anyway, bud, how's the family? Yeah, they're doing good, thank you. The wife has finally forgiven me for losing that Dominix a couple of weeks ago. You remember the one? Yep, I remember. I'm glad to hear it. You know, I told you, Doe Dixie is a rough neighborhood. You need to be more careful. Those gate campers are always... Oh my god, did you see how fast he was going? Yep, put the sirens on, let's go.
I know I'm a little late to the Havoc is Here party, but I finally managed to find some time to get stuck into Eve's latest expansion. I spent the first week running epic arcs and security missions to try and repair 10 years worth of reputation damage to my pirate faction standings, and it's safe to say, this was rather dull. I don't have the time to grind like I was able to a few years ago, so I figured the best way to get stuck into the new features that Havoc brings was to purchase an Azariel. No, that's not what I did. I actually joined the Gallente Militia. For a while now, I've been interested in trying out faction warfare, but never really found the right time. To be honest, I've always been a bit of a nullsec care bear. I used to happily fatten my wallet, grinding away, running havens, posting memes in local, you know, the usual stuff that people in nullsec like to do. But recently, I felt a calling to lowsec. Maybe it was my destiny, or maybe it was the ludicrous amount of faction warfare propaganda on Reddit, but whatever it was, I wanted to commit to the cause. Whilst I initially wanted to be a pirate, I started to feel a strong sense of right and wrong wash over me, like I wanted to protect the innocent inhabitants of New Eden from the pirate and Caldari scum. And that is when I saw it. It's like it was calling out to me, the Gallente Federation Navy Police Comet. My name is Juds, and today, I'm enlisting in the Gallente Militia. So I bought a Fed Navy Comet, chucked on the all-time greatest skin, and then tried 101 different setups before deciding that a blaster-fit brawler is probably what a real cop would do. I checked to find the nearest insurgency and headed out, ready to introduce the Caldari State and the Garistas pirates to the strong arm of the Gallente law. Within moments of entering lowsec, I stumbled across a gang of youths causing trouble, or more commonly known in Eve as a gate camp. A gate camp that consisted of an insta-locking low-key. Now, I know it's not the greatest flex in the world, but after years of doing exploration in nullsec, I'm actually pretty good now at running away from gate camps, so I put my skills to work. I turned on my afterburner, aligned to a station, and hoped to hell I wouldn't get immediately blown away by the low-key. And you know what? My cowardice paid off. I just about managed to get out of range of its 3 million mile long point and warped off to a station. Whilst I managed to get away, I did take a little bit of damage to the paintwork, so I had to find somewhere to repair. This was the moment I realised that this was faction warfare, so I couldn't dock at any Caldari-owned stations. After checking the map, I realised all stations this side of the gate camp are pretty much all Caldari-owned, so I spent the next 10 to 20 minutes trying to find a station to repair at. Not a great start to my first shift as Gallente's latest recruit. Finally, I found a station in Aldranet willing to help me repair, so I fixed myself up, topped up my nanite repair paste and ammo, and undocked. And that's when I noticed local chat going crazy. And then, on my overview, I spotted a battlefield. Now I have to be honest, I'm fairly new to faction warfare, and I've never seen a battlefield before, nor did I know such a thing existed. I walked in and saw a group of fellow Gallentians taking the gate. Naturally, I felt I had to investigate. Little did I know what I was about to warp into. Just as I was landing on grid, a huge brawl broke out. Ships of all sizes covered the overview, and I have to be honest, I felt kind of vulnerable. It appeared as though two well-organised fleets were duking it out, and I rocked up as a lone frigate. Being a recently sworn-in Gallente officer, I decided I would do what I could to help the Gallente fleet, and would start by taking out some of the frigates, and then maybe help pin down some of the cruisers. This plan actually went quite well. I managed to eliminate a handful of frigates with the assistance from a few others, and then started tackling the cruisers. Suddenly, panic set in, as I noticed a Drake had decided to yellow box me and started to shoot. Naturally, I assume this is someone who's seen my recent Can I Bring a Drake video who wants to prove a point. Well, I figured I was going to be the bigger man, and I burnt off until he found someone better to shoot at. Eventually, he did, and I got right back into the killing again. Slowly but surely, we destroyed the Caldari fleet. I looted some ogres for some reason, and I went on my merry way. After single-handedly resolving the brawl between two sides, I decided to head out once again, and maybe look to capture a couple more complexes to earn some LP. I sat in a scout complex for a while, and with 3 seconds to go before capturing it, the state frigate respawned. Not a problem, I'll just kill it quick and move on, I thought to myself. But just as my smooth brain was trying to process the act of killing this frigate, in warped something yellow and flashy. You may notice my heart rate spike at this point. I saw red and went straight for the kill. The Fed Navy Comet went down like a sack of bricks, and for a whole 3 seconds after that, I was proud of what I'd done and gave myself a mental pat on the back. And that was when I noticed that somehow I'd killed a friendly. Now, I'm not entirely sure what happened here, but somehow he was flashing yellow to me. I would have totally understood if the rest of his fleet decided to kill me, but they were nice enough to let me go. I apologised in local and transferred what should be a little more than what the fit is worth. Safe to say, I felt like a bit of a muppet. But this isn't exactly an unfamiliar scenario for the old police force. With my tail between my legs, I pressed on and decided I needed to get some solo kills, mostly to prove to you guys that I'm capable of it. Unfortunately, this didn't exactly go as planned, and I ended up taking fights that perhaps I shouldn't be taking. I fought destroyers and I fought outnumbered, all in the name of content. I decided this isn't working. I need an edge, so I called for backup, in the form of Deputy Lewis. The moment Lewis joined, the tables turned.
Oh, ow, kill him, quick!
Maybe it was because there was 2 of us, maybe it was luck, or maybe it's just because Lewis is significantly better at Eve than I am. But whatever it was, we actually started getting some kills. We spent half of our evening chasing down Caldari Navy hookbills, and as a result, started to run out of time before the end of our shift. We did, however, manage to eliminate some Caldari yobbos and took out a couple of destroyers and frigates before we came to a rather abrupt end.
Take it.
Oh shit, it's these things! Oh god!
I'm dead.
No! What are they?
It always feels a bit cheesy to bring 2 ships to fight 1 man, but this is Eve after all, and I'll take flying with a buddy over a fair 1v1 any day. After all the chaos of the day came to a close, my first shift as a rookie Gallente officer had ended. I was Killball Green, and New Eden was safer than it was yesterday. My work here was done. Remember to subscribe to the channel for more dopey content like this, or I'll sit in a complex that you're already capturing.